going on? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, here to bring to you my takeaway and analysis video for this week's game versus Maryland. Before I get started, if you can, please leave a like on the video, as it definitely helps out the channel. Let me know how you felt about the game in the comment section below. Are you surprised about the result? Are you happy with it? Are you disappointed? Did Michigan do what it needed to do? Did you feel that they left so much on the table? Let me know how you feel about the game in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. So, this was an interesting game. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch it all the way. Initially, when it came on, I was able to listen to it all the way through, but I wasn't able to actually sit down and watch it play for play until the following day. So that's why the video is coming out a bit later than I usually would. But anyways, getting to the actual game itself, let's be honest, to me, this is what us Michigan fans have been looking for the whole season, to be honest with you. Because up until this point, the CMU game was the only game where Michigan seemed to just dominate. Now, I know I made a video about the Northwestern game, and, I said that we deserved to lose, which I still stand by. And it's funny, when I posted the video on Reddit, I don't know if people even watched the video or if they just commented on the title and people just commented after that. But there was people in the comment section of that video saying that we dominated against Northwestern. And I'm like, how do you dominate and have 5 turnovers? Teams don't dominate and have to rely on a walk-off field goal just to squeeze out a victory and call it domination. I'm sorry, that's not domination. This game versus Maryland, this was domination. Michigan was able to do whatever they wanted on offense. You're missing your top 2 running backs. You got a walk-on running back, and he still gets 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. So you're winning up front. Bryce, he did have that one play where he threw off his back foot, which should have been picked off for a pick 6. But except for that, very good game, very poised, polished. Good to see him perform much better on that in an actual road, environment, not a neutral site or anything like that, but actual road game. Played very well. 200 yards, passing touchdown to Andrew Marsh. So the passing game looked very good. Running game looked very good. Special teams looked much improved. Defense looked pretty good. There were some mistakes made, some blown coverages and stuff like that. But for the most part, the defense played well. But all in all, I mean, they put together a game where you could just say that they played a complete game. That is, to me, the definition of domination. I mean, I went back and watched the game, and Michigan didn't even punt. That's how you know that Michigan was playing well. Michigan, for the most part, was playing on the Maryland side of the field. Whether that's from kickoff returns, from punt returns, from the defense, Loxley helping us out with deciding to go for an onside kick after the first possession of the game, which to me is bizarre. Or, going for it on 4th down and not getting it. I mean, Michigan was just, on all aspects of the game, Michigan was winning. So it's great to see because it's funny looking at it now. It's almost like a mirror image of what happened last season. You know, you're struggling on offense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the same thing because our passing offense is miles better than what it was last year. You actually have a quarterback that can make plays with his arm, with his leg. You actually have decent receivers. You know, you're not just relying on your one superstar tight end who basically you only played half a season. So you have so many more options in the passing game. You know, the running game is there. To me, the offensive line is much improved. So I'm not saying that we're the same team as last year. I'm just saying that we started out okay, offensively struggled in the middle of the year, and at the very end, both defensively and offensively, started to figure things out. And it's just like the Northwestern game last year, where all of a sudden there was this offensive explosion. You had the same thing in this Maryland game, where I mean, up in this point, they were pretty much putting up 24 points, and that was it. You know, granted, a lot of that was because they were making mistakes, turning the football over, like the Purdue game and the Northwestern game, where they weren't able to, you know, turn the yards and the plays into scoring drives. Obviously, that's the case. Like Purdue, he had two, red zone opportunities where one, Bryce fumbled the ball out of the end zone or threw a pick when you had McCulley standing wide open in the end zone, or you had Northwestern where you turn the ball over 5 times and they don't turn it over once. Like, so I get that, you're just there, but still, regardless of whether you're there or not, you still have to execute. And this game, they actually executed. So it gives a lot of promise and a lot of hope going into this Ohio State game that we're going to be able to replicate what we did last year. We're not going to be as big of an underdog as we were last year. Because obviously last year, to this date, I still don't know how we won that game. We can actually pass the football. Running was never an issue, even last year. Defense is there, though I wouldn't say is as stout in the middle, but still a solid team up front. The only concern that I have is obviously, the injuries. Who's going to be ready for this game? And, also, what do we have up our sleeve for these guys? I'm hoping and praying that there's stuff that they got that, will come as a surprise to Ohio State, because we're going to need all hands on deck. We're going to need all plays on deck because it's not going to be easy. But that's looking forward to the other game. I'll be doing a preview and predictions video for that in the next few days. But, I mean, as far as this Maryland game goes, like I said, even the special teams, don't know what happened with Samaj, with him not traveling with the team. They say it's not an injury, so who knows what that is. But having Andrew Marsh back there was a huge difference maker for that. A guy that actually can return punts, not let it go over your head or land and you lose a whole lot of field position. I mean, he definitely helped flip the field a couple of times. So that was definitely a positive. Still don't know what's going on with Zavada. Missed another field goal, but did kick a longer field goal, so there's that. So I don't know. We're gonna need him. If we're going to win this game next week, we're definitely going to need him. So, you know, that is what it is. I just feel as though that we're peaking at the right time. And, you know, if we have, it's good to see that Marshall wasn't severely injured and he could have gone if we needed him. But if he can't go, you know that you have capable running backs, whether it be Hoosdale or Jasper Parker or, you know, whoever. It seems like at this point in time it's plug and play with the running game. Because the offensive line, as far as run blocking goes, has been stout. Pass blocking is still kind of hit or miss, but still at least decent enough to give Bryce enough time to make plays. So I'm happy with the result. I'm surprised at the offensive explosion, just like I was last year when we did what we did to Northwestern, but it came at the right time. So, you know, it's on to next week at this point in time. Just like I know how the Ohio people, once the play clock hits 0, is focused on Michigan. Michigan is doing the exact same thing. Once the clock went 0 versus Maryland, focus on Ohio State. And that's how I feel that they're going to take this whole week and, you know, do whatever they need to do. I'm sure that they've been preparing for this game all year like they've been in the last few years. So we're just going to see what happens. So anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. As always, leave a like on the videos. It definitely helps out the channel. If you made it this far into the video, definitely leave a Go Blue in the comment section below. And if you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Anyways, thank you for watching. And as always, Go Blue.